Hey mountain chief, you have been appointed over here to monitor the entry of Asuras living in Patala by Indra, the king of Devas. You are standing here closing the way to prevent them from come up by those powerful ones living in the vast Patala. Oh, mountain, only you have the power to grow sideways and also bottom to the top. Hey, mountain chief, it is because of this I have come here to speak to you. Please get up. This monkey chief Hanuman is flying in the sky with great valor for doing a dangerous errand to Lord Sri Rama. He is now going to come just above you. I need to help him, for all the descendants of Ikshvaku are worth worshipping by me, and therefore they are fit to be worshipped by you also. We have to do good, and we should not leave it undone, for duties performed at the correct time brings bad name to good people. Raise up above the water level, and let the great monkey, who is our guest, who is fit to be worshipped, stand on you for some time. O mountain with golden peaks, which are served by Devas and Gandharvas, let Hanuman take rest on you and go refreshed his remaining way. You should know the good qualities of Lord Rama, the parting pangs of his wife Sita, and also tiredness of Lord Hanuman, and try to raise up fast. The Menke mountain, which was full of forests, climbers, and golden peaks, listening to the words of the ocean, rose up fast. That Menka mountain, which was rising very high, looked like the glittering sun god with his rays coming out piercing a thick cloud. That mountain, which had great fame, ordered to thus by the god of ocean, within a very short time exhibited its peaks outside the water. Those peaks, which were golden, pointed, and very great, resembled the rising sun god, and appeared as if they were rubbing the sky. And the deep blue sky, tinted by the sparkling golden peaks, looked as if it has become golden in color. The mountain, which had several peaks of innate glitter and of sparkling gold color, resembled hundreds of suns. Rising above by itself in the middle of salty ocean, and standing in front of him, Hanuman thought that it was an obstacle. That fast-moving monkey chief easily brushed off its tall peaks, as if wind brushes off the cloud. That mountain, which was pushed aside by the monkey, was astonished by his strength, and also became happy because of it. That mountain, which stood tall in the sky, became happy, and took a human form, stood on his own peak, and said as follows to the valorous monkey. Hey great monkey, you have done something which other people cannot do. Please get down onto my peaks and relax. The ocean was remade by the ancestors of Lord Rama, and the ocean god worships you, who is engaged in the job of helping Rama as an act of gratefulness. We always have to repay the good done to us. This is the perennial duty of our religion. So he wants to help you and make you beholden to him. He requested me with respect to provide a resting place to you in my pleasant valley, so that you need not jump at a stretch the 100 yojanas and then easily jump the rest of the way. And so, hey, great monkey, you please stay on me for some time, take rest, and then proceed. Hey monkey chief, savor the very tasty roots and fruits lovingly offered by the god of ocean, and you can proceed very much refreshed soon. Hey monkey chief, you know that receiving and showering hospitality on good people is a blessed act in all the three worlds, and apart from that, you do have another connection with me. Hey monkey chief, I consider you the greatest among all those monkeys who can move fast and jump very high. It is well known that those learned ones who desire to perform rightful acts, that even if a guest is not a great one, he is fit to be worshipped. Then what to say when the guest happens to be a great person like you? Hey great monkey, you are the son of Vayu, who is great among the Devas, and equal in speed to him. Hey Holy One, if you are worshipped, the wind god receives it himself, and please also hear about another reason why you are fit to be worshipped by me. Hey son, during Kritha Yuga mountains also had wings, and they were traveling to all places like wind and Garuda. Because the mountains were traveling all over, the great sages and society of Devas, who were with them as well as all living beings, were terror-struck because of the fear that these mountains may fall on them. Because of this reason, Devendra, who had done 100 fire sacrifices, became enraged and starting to cut the wings of the mountains into pieces in different places using his Vajrayudha. That angry Devendra, intent on cutting my wings, neared me, but the great wind god blew me away fast from that place. Your father pushed me inside this salt sea without any harm coming to my wings, and thus I alone was saved. And so I worship you because I should have worshipped the god of wind. And Monkey Chief, you know that this connection between both of us is really great. And so Monkey Chief, because of this, accept the hospitality provided by me and the ocean god and bless us. Hey Chief of Monkeys, relax and take rest and accept our worship and also accept our love. And I have become happy by meeting with you. Thus told by the great mountain, the great monkey said, I am pleased with your hospitality. You have provided all the hospitality to me, and I have accepted it. The time for performance of my duty is getting over, and also the daylight hours are nearing to an end. Apart from this, I have given my word that I will not tarry in between doing this great work. Thus telling, the valorous Monkey Chief Hanuman patted the mountain on its peaks, and with a smile re-entered the sky and recommenced his journey. That monkey, who was the son of wind god, was seen off with respect by the mountain as well as the ocean, and was worshipped by them by suitable wishes. After this he left the mountain and ocean and traveled high, and started to go forward by the path of his father, and started traveling in the clear sky. The son of wind god further rose up, and moving in the right direction, and started traveling without any support in the clear sky. Witnessing this almost impossible second act being performed, all Siddhas, Devas, and sages appreciated him. Seeing the great act of the golden-peaked Menka mountain, all the Devas and Devendra who were there in the sky became extremely happy. The great Indra, with his ebbing happiness and with stuttering voice due to that, told the following words to Menka, the mountain chief, Hey golden-peaked king of the mountains, I have become very pleased with you. Hey, pleasant one, I have given you my protection. You have provided help in the right time to valorous Hanuman, who is fearless even when there was a need to be afraid. This monkey is going in the service of Lord Rama, who is the son of Dasharatha, and because of your hospitality to him, I am extremely pleased. Because of these words, the mountain chief understood that even Indra, the king of Devas, was pleased with him and became very happy. Thus the mountain chief stood there firmly, and Hanuman was moving extremely fast over the ocean. At that time the Devas, Gandharvas, Siddhas, and the great sages, seeing the fast-moving monkey chief in the sky, told Sursa, the mother of Nagas, who had the splendor of the sun, thus. This great Hanuman, who is the son of the god of wind, is flying over the sea. Please take a ferocious Rakshasa form which touches the sea, which is like mountain, and with red eyes, and vampire-like teeth, and delay his progress. We want to know for the second time his strength and virility, and also would like to see whether he will win you over by trick or become dejected. Thus requested and respected by the Devas, Sursa Devi took an unusual ugly fear-creating form, which is more suitable to the Rakshasas, and stood in the middle of the sea, and neared Hanuman, and spoke to him thus. Hey monkey, you have been allotted as food to me by the Devas, and so I am going to eat you. Enter my open mouth. Thus spoken to the great Hanuman, saluting her, and with a pleasant face spoke to her thus. Rama the son of Dasharatha came to the Dandakaranya forest along with his brother Lakshmana and his wife Sita, and was living there. He earned the enmity of Rakshasas, and when he was otherwise engaged, Ravana abducted his wife the renowned Sita. As per the orders of Rama, I am going, as an emissary in search of her. You who are a citizen in the kingdom of Rama, are also bound to help him out. Or else I promise you that after seeing Sita, and also Rama, who is very much worried, I would come to you and reach your mouth. Thus requested by Hanuman, Sursa Devi, who could take any form she wished, said to him, none can cross me, and this is a boon given to me by the Devas. With a desire to know the strength of Hanuman, Sursa Devi, the mother of Nagas, further said, you can only go from here after entering my mouth. This is a boon given to me by Lord Brahma. Saying this, she enlarged the size of her mouth, greatly opened it wide, and stood before him. Angered by the words of Sursa, Hanuman told her, make your mouth suitably big so that you can swallow me. Telling her thus, Hanuman became 10 yojanas big, as Sursa was at that time 10 yojanas big. Observing that he has grown to 10 yojanas, Sursa enlarged her mouth to 20 yojanas. The very intelligent Hanuman, seeing that she has opened her mouth to 20 yojanas, became angry and took up the form of 30 yojanas. Seeing this, Sursa made her mouth 40 yojanas wide. The valorous Hanuman became 50 yojanas big. Sursa made her mouth 60 yojanas wide, and Hanuman became 70 yojanas big. Sursa made her mouth 80 yojanas wide. The mountain-like Hanuman made himself 90 yojanas big. Sursa Devi made her mouth 100 yojanas wide. Very intelligent and wise Hanuman, seeing the wide open mouth of Sursa with protruding tongue, very fearful and similar to hell, instead of increasing his size further, started reducing himself fast, and like a wind-driven cloud became as big as a thumb. With great speed, the Great One entered her mouth, and suddenly came out, and standing in the sky itself told the following words. Hey Dakshayani, my salutations to you. I have entered your mouth, and so taking this as the truth, allow me to go to the place where Sita lives. Seeing Hanuman like the moon which has come out of the mouth of Rahu, Sursa took her real form and told him, Hey, son, her monkey chief, let you have a pleasant journey, and let your errand be successful. Please become happy after reuniting Rama and Sita. All beings witnessing the third, an impossible task of Hanuman, and praised the monkey chief, and said, Great, great. Equivalent in speed to Garuda, he left the sea which is the abode of Varuna, and which was very difficult to cross, and rose above to the sky, and travelled further. Hanuman then travelled like Garuda in the sky, which is served by the raindrops, in which the birds live, peopled by Gandharvas like Thumburu who sing ragas like Kesika, in which rainbows exist. Aeroplanes which travel high on vehicles, such as lion, elephant, tiger, bird, snake, and crocodile exist, which is well decorated, and it is being lit by fire of Vajrayudha, thunder and lightning, which is populated by people who do good deeds and those great ones who have won over heavens, where it is being constantly served by Agni the fire god, who is being fed by the portions to be given to Devas, which is full with sun, moon, planets and stars, and which is filled by sages, yakshas, Gandharvas and Nagas, which is really great, clear and full. In which Visvasu the king of Gandharvas travels, in which the elephant of Devendra travels, which is the way of sun and the moon, which does always good, which is the roof constructed by Lord Brahma for all living beings, and which is populated by great valorous Vidyadharas. Like the wind, he also dragged the clouds with him. Thank you for watching. And please do subscribe. Jai Shri Ram.